That sounds good. So it's one thing as a global awareness that's good to get is whether there is presence or absence of concentration. So, like, even if your mind's going around, just okay, you know, just get that over awareness. The mind is absent of concentration at the moment, and that's a good non-judgment, or just that's like checking the weather. Is there blue sky or clouds? You know, is it breezy at the moment? Is it roughly, or is it still? That's very good to do. And you go, okay. Like I say, like if you're aiming for more or less, you know, ideally 20 times you're there and you do see this fear and it is there. I mean, that's not many people can ever do that, you know. But if you're just getting 2 and then away, and then 3 and then like 4, you can start to build them up, and then you can start to gauge: do you or do you not have mindfulness? Do you not have energy? Do you or do you not have? Thank you. Do you or do you not have, you know, those things? Are they absent or present? Absent or present? Absent or present? And that's a meditation in itself. It's just to do that. Or if there's drowsiness or sleepiness, just to register it without judgment. Just okay, yeah. Absence of awakeness, or presence of awakeness or alertness. Or is there energy in the mind? Yeah, very right.
Yeah, because I think now experiencing this and really appreciating guided meditation now. I think it's one reason why I stalled in my meditation practice before, because it got to the point where I hit the ceiling where I would just get myself to the place where I would begin to cut away and drift off from reality. And then, you know, this feeling, it's good because it's, you know, it's escapist. And then, but this feeling started, you know, nagging me, like, shouldn't there be more? I think there's more to this.
There's no value to that, is there really?
Yeah.
It's a sort of pleasant waste of time without much benefit.
Yeah.
You can read all the stuff about all the, the good things and all that in there, but hold on, that's not what's going on. I'm just blissing. Well, not even blissing out, you're just spacing out. So.
Yeah. And then it became just mechanical. So in the end, I decided to stop because it's like eating your favorite food but doing it every day.
Just indulging. It's a spoiling like thing.
Yeah, I didn't feel I was growing anymore. So I think this is what was missing. The presence. Yeah, the presence. Without being controlling about it.
Yeah,
in an egoistic, craving kind of way.
No.
So I was searching for that, but I didn't know how to name it. So I just kept reading this and that, hoping that.
But it's like this is like a sort of structured dissolving.
Yeah.
And it's reliable. You know, it should happen. It seems to happen every time. It should happen every time that you get that.
Yeah. And this is the first kasina meditation where I started to smile. It was just involuntary because you were like, okay, take your breath away from the nose and then focus on your skin, the outside of your skin, what's happening with your body, and don't forget the 4 compass points. And I was like, oh, I'm smiling. I'm doing the half smile.
Was it the awareness of the face that did it?
Yeah, that was like, I felt my lips. You know,
but there's something also when you do that sort of tortoise, you know, withdrawing into the shell and the blackness, is that you really just forget all that. When you come back to the like, there is an outside going on as well, you know, and there is a room out there and there is a horizon out there. It's also refreshing because that's when you realise that your concentration has come powerfully here in the cone, but you're actually still very awake. But it's happened quite easily. You know, I think it's quite good.
I noticed
it's a pleasant moment when you realise all your concentrated here.
Yeah.
But you're still wide awake and you're sitting there.
Yeah, and it's nice having all the buzzy feeling because I love the buzzy feeling in my sinus area because that's one of the things that tells me, okay, this is a good meditation session right now because the buzzy feeling, it's there, it's solidifying and it's sort of thickening and really settling into the bone sinus area. But if it's not a good meditation session for me, the buzzy feeling comes and goes. It's very elusive and wispy. So that's one of my indicators. I noticed that for the kasina, for the spheres, for the elements, I'm comfortable with it. But when you start going on the circles, like when you said, the colors. Yeah, I lose the sphereness of it.
Right.
When you start with a red, what immediately came out for me was a red disc.
Disc, right? It doesn't have the dimensionality.
Yeah. And then so
you can actually do things like put things through it, like as if it is a laser effect. That you imagine putting your hand through and out the other side, or around the back and put your fingers in. Okay. You can do a thing like that just to give it.
What I was doing was, so this flat disc in front of me, that's the automatic thing that pops up when you give the instruction. I keep trying to fold it into a sphere, and it's incomplete because when I turn it around, it's like half finished.
Also, if you just can't go with it, go reverse. You know, let's stop listening and go. Stay with Earth Casino or something.
No, for me, I think
keep trying.
Yeah, if I let go of your voice, I start to drift away. Like,
okay.
You know, just spacing out. So I'm like, okay, I'll just.
Well, stay with the disc. There's nothing wrong with a disc, a flat disc. That's what they do in the studios for quite a long time before expanding it into a sphere.
Yeah.
So just go with the disc. It's okay.
Some colors for me are easier to. I don't know, spherize.
Right. Yeah.
I have a hard time with red and with blue, but when it gets to the yellow, to the lighter colors, it's easy for me to make it a sphere. Yeah.
You can also like open your. Sometimes it helps to open the eyes a little bit, so you're getting in the.
No, for me, I get distracted easily.
Okay.
So yeah. But this is really good, and my appreciation for the kasina meditation, it's deepening. At first, my approach to it was, okay, well, the Buddha said so, and you know, I kind of trusted. I was going on faith, and I knew that if I kept practicing on faith, little by little, the insight would develop, and then I would start to really do it.
You can also look at the relationship, like absence and presence of mental qualities. So if you actually sort of notice, there's complete absence of faith in the mind at the moment. I'm very, very dubious here. I'm very skeptical, but actually notice that's in the sort of invisible content of the mind. And also, when faith is there, like you're doing, you're acknowledging it now, but also notice it so that, you can get a gauge for it. So these invisible things, you can't sort of see the mind. But like absence and presence. That by getting at these two gauges of absence and presence, that's a form of mindfulness. It's chittanupassana. So that's on the satipatthana side of things, it is too. With unwholesome states, wanting, aggression, or doubt, or restlessness, to be able to bring them into attention. So, it's present at the moment. I've definitely got some apathy, or I've definitely got some sort of wanting in the mind at the moment. Okay, but you can be aware of it, and then regulation and it can come from that as well. But one of the indicators, if you've got very clear kasina and it is malleable, the mind is malleable, that it will be able to do 3D things. It's very, very clear, and it's got all those qualities in. And if it's got doubt, and it's got sort of resistance, or it's got fear, or any of those things, they're making it difficult to work with.
Oh yeah, I noticed another thing. My kasinas would often slip. Like because you're supposed to keep it here, and then after a change of color or a change of element, it will be like, hey, why is it over here? Bring it back here.
There's another good reason for doing the anchoring to the cardinal points, rather than there's a ball in front of me, I'll put it down and pick up another one up, it's the thing like that. But there's a very, very good patitita is to station it, to make it to anchor to stations. So it's very, very stable thing that even if then you moved around, it would be like holding a framework on your shoulders, like one of those cameras, that's like aimed to a helmet. It's not sort of just floating in the air where it will be wobbly and shaky or something.
Yeah. Well, it's nice because it revealed my tendencies. This is the first time that I've seen that I actually have habits in meditation, because before I would just be, rushing to get to the space of, okay, now I'm blissed out, okay. And then I never noticed that, okay, I have a tendency to slip things to this side.
Some insight coming in a bit about it.
It's really good. I love this
session. Great. That's good. Tune up, refresh, review habits, develop some.